Konstantin, I know you've written a bunch of, Spence mentioned this briefly, you've written about TMSs, the role they've played in the past, the role they will play in the future. Let's double click on some of that analysis that you've done. Just share a few of your thoughts around what that evolution has looked like, especially as Spence mentioned, with the new technology developments, even in the past year and a half, accessibility of AI broadly, and what you think that means for the future state of what that solution is that companies need to manage this process.
I'll try to be brief because it's a large topic and
you have to run your GPT, Konstantin. Generate a bulleted summary and generic prose, please.
Well, Spence, like you've been taken by surprise by some of the market developments. The TMS companies have been taken by surprise at large by GenAI. Some of them have been working on old school NLP for a long time with various degrees of success. Some minor kind of things like ability to detect only numbers.
Right, all that stuff, right.
But when the hype wave arrived and the market demanded GenAI, it's either you have GenAI or we don't have you. That caused these companies they faced a difficult choice. How do we do this? How do we get into this? Because on one hand, you have the enterprise customers who are very cautious. And on the other hand, you have the early adopters who are very bullish. And how do you satisfy as attractive group as possible without antagonizing the other? Some of them, they went with OpenAI, immediately helping the translators with creative assistance, co-piloting in some ways. Others tried to build specifically for project managers to bring down the cost with quality estimation. The discussion is still out there to which extent it helps at this time. Some people have benefits, some don't. There were companies that decided we will differentiate, and I think this is closer to your approach, and we will only build with proprietary models, which is a risky position because they had to compete with OpenAI on the quality and the accessibility, but also trying to build some kind of moat to protect them against OpenAI and to say, hey, we are better. We've been building specifically for this for a long time. We have a better model. And investors typically say that in every market they look at, a company with a better model wins. One of the ways why DeepL has completely changed and turned the tables on the market of machine translation is because they had a model which won in many languages in user experience. So the development continues. Most companies now have sided with OpenAI, and a few are continuing to develop their own models and trying to differentiate. It's now expanded to many different areas, not just translation, but also quality assurance, cleaning translation memories, testing, text detection in screenshot, and it will continue to become operationalized for the next at least 2 or 3 years as the models get better. In particular, I am looking forward to the multimodal capabilities of the models.
Yep.
So that they can see now and they can talk, and it's easier than ever to build video translation inside your TMS or audio description, and these things are the next to come.
Yeah, I agree with what you said there. I mean, historically, we had built our own models, which we still do, and we do that for a couple of reasons. One is the online learning capability. You still can't really get that in other models, which maximizes efficiency. But we also have an on-prem offering for regulated industries, and so we always have to offer our customers one type of model that they can run in an internet disconnected environment. But we added support for other model providers last year from Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. Well, OpenAI is underneath Azure, basically. And it was customer driven. It was customers saying, like, I want to use Gemini. Okay, sure. We'll enable you to do that. And those can be for perceived quality related reasons. They can also be for enterprise reasons, like Google's my cloud provider and I have a contract and I want to burn down my cloud spend there, or I want to keep my data within the Google boundary basically, and I don't want it going anywhere else. And so that was our thinking behind offering multiple model providers. And I think customers, I think the future is customers wanting choice from which types of models that they run. And so we've kind of switched to, if you want to use our models, great. And we think that they have certain features that are really valuable, but there are other models that you can use, and those have interesting features too. And I agree with the multimodality. I think building those models is really a large tech company game. So I think there'll probably be some open source models that are useful for multimodal, but Google has YouTube to train on.